Baltimore Ravens. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. First carry now for Trey Sermon. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Sermon now on 1st and 10. Muscles him off. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. The numbers for Sermon in last week's game: 18 carries, 83 yards, and a touchdown.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that, but they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 26. On 1st down, Justin Herbert. And that one complete once again to Higgins. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. On 2nd down, it's Sermon. Oh, look at the juke. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Marcus Golden, too much to handle that time, gets the sack. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
That I'm struggling to understand a little bit. That close to the goal line, 1st down. If you want to throw it, throw some play action on 2nd down.
That's complete, right around the 8. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. A shotgun. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. He's got daylight. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Well, we talked pregame about how we might have some twists and turns in this one, but how about this on the opening drive?
Well, they had a pretty good drive working, didn't they? So you wouldn't expect this ending, because what you were thinking was they're going to put it in the end zone themselves, not have it go the other direction.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Justin Herbert leading this unit out for their next possession. His opening drive there last time out looked good for a while. The offense was on the move, but then the pick 6.
They were clicking. He was looking good. And, you know, if this was a game played by real human beings, we could get an actual answer. These are virtual guys out there, so we don't know what's going to happen or what actually happened with the miscommunication on that one.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a big...
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Ndamukong Suh with a sack. We've seen that a ton since he entered the league in 2010. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Throw left side, complete. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the first down.
Connell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. Now it's Lockett. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Ravens. They've got good starting field position as they come 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Only needing to... Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And some space here. And he's got this down to the 35.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed. Not secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
Officially nothing on that last 10. Going to air it out deep for Gronkowski. And it is incomplete. Bender running right with him. And now it's 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And a first hookup with his all-pro tight end. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
The kick by Marr is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
Herbert on first down now. Out of his hands quickly to Higgins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision. Receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain yardage.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As a defensive back, so that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Now, and once again, not much running room, if any at all. Back-to-back, make it 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Herbert. He'll leave that underneath to Sermon, and he'll be taken down. He gets into enemy territory.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
From the gun, Sermon. He takes it down to the 40.
That's That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gain 5 yards. Most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
43 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half, 10 score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Herbert operating from the red zone. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Herbert. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now it's Herbert. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Tucker's kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now Gordon on first down. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. This is Gordon as they go to him again. It's a first down and more for Gordon. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Jones with a nice gain there on first down as he takes us forward and call it a pickup of 6. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now they'll throw with Brady. And this is caught on the sideline, but no, they'll say out of bounds. He caught it but was not in bounds, incomplete.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Here's Brady. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. Marr able to put this one through. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And we've got a penalty marker down here as he's able to get this only to the 20-yard line. That holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. On the handoff, Sermon shreds the tackle. And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. 50 yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
From the 17, Herbert. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. From the 30 on 2nd down, Herbert. And that's caught. It's Bryan Edwards. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw here taken in by Gesicki. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They run. Here's Sermon. Nice little juke. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Now Herbert off the bootleg. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Marcus Golden picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And nowhere to hide on that play.
No, there was not, because every exit door, that was surrounded. And I think that was supposed to be a bootleg, but he had no chance to get outside the pocket and try and make a play.
That'll be complete to Sermon. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. The field goal we just saw has this now at a 1-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up?
I think up a lot a bit.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the hill is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to win, playing to win. And they've got to get back to that, and that means opening things up again, being a little in what they're trying to get done on offense.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
I love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
On play action, now Brady. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Tyree Gillespie. And the Broncos are right back in this football game. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase the deficit. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Akeem Hicks able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Under 4 to go now as runs, and they come up on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Herbert into the second. A beautiful spin and room to run. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And he will have the Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Herbert back to the air. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
We've got to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he threw that one into the 1st round.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Herbert's throw complete there to St. Brown. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 2nd down at 4. Herbert. Quick hitter here. It's good. Touchdown, Broncos. Bryan Edwards, his 1st touch of the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minute. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the middle. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. Now at 13 all as he sends this one away. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. From a cut deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field. Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. Back to throw, Brady. Into the hands of Beckham, and they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First down now, but that clock rolling. To throw is Brady. He's got Gordon, shrugs him off. A swift move and then tackled just on the other side of midfield. Now we've reached the 1-minute mark in this game. Now Brady. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. Clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. They'll run on first down. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Earned the tackle. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Brady to throw. Deep for Beckham. And this is caught inside the 5. The Ravens second of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game for. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to almost certainly win the football game. The kick by Maher is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. And I tell you, when it comes to needing a field goal in closing seconds, pressure situation, there's something to be said for having a veteran kicker trot out there. Agreed. It's so nice to have someone you can rely on, someone who you know has done it before. And this guy's as cool as they come, isn't he? And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation? You're thinking 2 plays. One for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance up for an easier shot at it. We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair. Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot. So for the Ravens, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3.
I'm ready for more. If you fired up, I'm fired up. Don't run from rap. 1, 2, 3. Hey. I'm ready for more. Tell them I'm ready, I'm ready.